Greetings, all. My name is Ryan Monroe. I'm the owner and creative director of RyArMo Photography Studio here in the Lower Broadway section of Newark. It is my pleasure and honor to join you all for Burgers and Brew 2020. Normally, this would be a one-time event, and this is a week-long event. And happy to be here participating on behalf of one of my favorite organizations, La Casa de Don Pedro. So I'm going to give you a little introduction to who I am and what I do and how La Casa has benefited me and enriched myself, enriched my neighborhood, and then get into the fun part. So as I said, my name is Ryan Monroe. I own RyArMo Photography Studio. We are a professional full-service creative studio here in the Lower Broadway section. Been open for 2 years now. Actually, 2-year anniversary is coming up in just a few weeks, so very happy for that, all things considered. We do portraiture, we do headshots, we do event photography, we do photography on site, and also to rent out the studio for creative placemaking. And what creative placemaking is when people use a space for their own economic purposes that help to revitalize and benefit a community. So been here for 2 years, and La Casa de Don Pedro is one of the first organizations I interacted with in the neighborhood when I purchased my building and I set up my business, and they've been nothing but exceptionally friendly and helpful and a guide, and I say a Sherpa, to all the things that are Newark and all the things that are Lower Broadway. La Casa does amazing work with the community. La Casa does really great work with outside communities. And I just feel a deep sense of honor and gratitude for everything that they do. So when they said, hey, we have this Burgers and Brews week, can you participate? How could I say no? I love burgers, I love brews, and in this instance, I get to support burgers made by a restaurant and brews made by a brewery that happen to be Black owned, which also is something that I'm very emphatic about, the support of being a Black owned business myself. And I think that it's important to mention that because every business right now has had its share of difficulties and struggles, but there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Black-owned businesses definitely need a little bit extra love and a little bit extra hug. And when you support a Black-owned business, not only you're supporting a business and you're giving money to a business owner, but many Black-owned businesses hire people in the neighborhood, they hire people locally, they hire people around, they help provide opportunities and resources that weren't there before. So $1 that you're spending at a Black-owned business literally has the multiplier effect of affecting many people. So actively encourage you to please spend money where you can and support Black businesses in this day and age, and be concerted in that effort. So where to begin? I ordered a burger from a brand new restaurant called Bentleys, which is open around the corner for me. It's actually my second time having Bentleys. I've not had a burger. I've had something else before, which was delicious. And I figured, hey, why not go ahead and try their burger? And just had really great reviews. So my burger has cheese, arugula, bacon, barbecue sauce, all the works, everything that a burger should, hey, shout out to the vegans and stuff, but today is not one of those days for me. And then also I ordered a 4-pack set of brew from Montclair Brewery, and this beer is called the Golden Buddha Passion Fruit Ale. So I think what I'll do is I'll pour a little cup and I'll tell you what it says in the bottle and get started with this. All right, so we got the beer, got the burger. We're gonna chow down. I normally wouldn't eat live on camera, but today is that special occasion. So yeah, I'm a beer connoisseur, and I think it's very important to know what's in a beer because not all beers are made the same. Not all beers taste the same. They have different notes, they have different qualities. And so what really attracted me to this Golden Buddha Passion Fruit Ale is that it's brewed with passion fruit puree. And so the description of the beer, it says a light-bodied golden ale flavored with passion fruit puree. The passion fruit gives a nice tropical aroma with a light fruit flavor that does not overpower. The Golden Buddha is a refreshing drink for those wanting more than a traditional craft beer. So this definitely appeases my senses. Like I love beer. I tend to like a white wheat beer or a Belgian beer with a little bit of fruit notes, sometimes with oranges, sometimes with coriander. So I'm kind of interested to see how this tastes. Sometimes, a fruity beer can be a little overpowerful on the fruity aspect. Excuse me, but this has been highly rated. So we'll see. So, cheers. Oh, that's delicious. It's really, really good. So, I would describe this as not being overpowerful in the flavor palette. It's a little bitter, a little dry, which is good. Sometimes a too sweet beer can be unattractive, at least in my opinion. So this is perfect. I think that this is gonna go really well with the burger because the burger has that smoky flavor, has the barbecue sauce, has the fries. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is gonna taste. French fries are delicious, of course. So it's funny, being a photographer, I always tell clients to always look up. And so I'm gonna try my best not to look down while I'm eating the burger. I do apologize in advance for eating on camera. As I said, it's kind of a little bit of a weird thing, but hey, we'll go with it. I see a question in the feed. And the beer I'm drinking, once again, is the Golden Buddha Passion Fruit Ale. And this is from Montclair Brewery. This burger's delicious. I feel bad about smacking on camera in front of everyone, but it's really good. The beef is seasoned well. The bacon is crisp. The tomatoes are fresh. It has these sweet pickles that just give it this extra pop, and the arugula definitely makes a difference in terms of you could use just like a regular lettuce, and this really makes a difference. Wow, this is delicious. That's it. So yeah, I guess you guys are gonna have to just watch me eat this burger. So sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I would normally not do this, but hey, it's all for a good cause. I definitely recommend everyone getting this burger and this beer combination. Both can be delivered to you. You can get the beer in a 4-pack delivered, and the beer can be delivered through Grubhub, Uber Eats, etc. Yeah, this is great. Tell you, what better way to support a good cause than purchasing a burger, purchasing a beer, both from a black-owned restaurant, black-owned businesses. Yeah, this burger's trouble. Good job, Bentleys. This is one of the best burgers I've ever had. And I don't say that lightly because I eat burgers all the time, and this is the perfect flavor, the perfect seasoning, the perfect size. Kudos to you guys. So if you're also not familiar with La Casa de Don Pedro and the work that they do, the reason why it's important to support burgers and brew is because every year they do a big fundraiser around burgers and brews, and they usually have a restaurant that people go to and have a great jolly time, but because of the current environment we're in, obviously that can't be done right now. This is, I think, is very ingenious and very novel. And it's a way to support a couple different restaurants. So, you can try one burger at one place, another burger, a different one, and pair it with another beer. I see a question asked, what type of photography work I do. I specialize in event portraiture and headshots and commercial work. A lot of my work as of late has been commercial, doing product shots for clients and clients. And actually, I've seen a huge resurgence in family photography the past couple months. And that's actually not very shocking. I think, we have all been through a lot of trauma and a lot of heartache in the past 5 to 6 months. And usually in those times, people tend to want to catalog life and catalog their family, catalog the people around them. And so, I've had a lot of family photography sessions as of late here in studio. And interestingly enough, even in this digital age, there is this need for physical touch. And a lot of the clients that have hired me also, not only do they want the digital photography, but they actually want prints. And I have the ability to make prints here in studio. And so that's been quite fascinating, a good investment on my end. And, it's come at a very fortuitous time. So thank you for the question. I didn't mention it as well, but the fries are crisp too. So, sorry, my manners are awful because I'm chewing and smacking and talking, which I normally wouldn't do, but I think the universe will accept this as a one-time excuse to pig out on camera. Question is asked, so I live and work in the Lower Broadway neighborhood. What is this neighborhood like? Yes, I do live and work here in Lower Broadway neighborhood. I actually have a live workspace, so my commercial studio is on the bottom, and I have a loft above. Lower Broadway is a very vibrant neighborhood. It's convenient. It's right near Broad Street Station. You have a lot of different cultures around here. It's very lively in the summers. And it's very close knit. It's a fun place. It reminds me very similar to the neighborhood that I lived in Brooklyn before. And Lower Broadway has a spirit about it. Lower Broadway has had its share of issues in the past, and it's had troubles in the past, but you can definitely see there's positivity and there's light around the corner. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy that my studio is here. As I said before, that this is going on my 2-year anniversary, and it's just really awesome to be here in this location for a lot of different reasons, both personal, both business, professional. And I encourage everyone who's looking at a place to live, look at Newark first and foremost, but also look at the Lower Broadway neighborhood, just because it's convenient and there's things to do, and and it's fun, and it's actually a very walkable neighborhood. And there's a commercial strip around the corner where there's lots of shops and new shops opening up. And so Lower Broadway is a place that I didn't know about until friends who live in Newark told me about it. I'm happy that they did tell me about it. Thank you for the question, Roccoletta. So the question is, what does RyArMo stand for, literally and philosophically? So that's an interesting question. Sorry, I didn't want to have the half burger in my hand. RyArMo is the first 2 letters of my first and last name, first middle last name. Ryan Arnez Monroe. And so I think literally philosophically, it's interesting when you own a professional creative business, many times you have the person associated and you have their brand. And in many ways, my brand and the person are intertwined. RyArMo Photography is Ryan Arnez Monroe. Ryan Arnez Monroe is RyArMo Photography Studio. I think it's also kind of important when you do have a brand that is synonymous with yourself, that you're able to have a little autonomy from here and there. And so my friends and my family know me as Ryan or Ry or RyArMo or Ry. But professionally, RyArMo Photography Studio is this, but professionally, RyArMo Photography Studio has quickly become something that's more than just myself. As I said, there are there are other entrepreneurs, other Black entrepreneurs who are using my studio to do music shoots, do music videos, do pop-up shops. And so while Ryan, Arnez Monroe, and RyArMo are interconnected in that way, I do try to keep some separation. The separation is that my friends call me Ryan or Ryan or Ry. But RyArMo photography, I guess, is what I'm known on in the streets. But my photography business means more to me than anything else. My photography business keeps me focused, keeps me grounded, and also provides me a lot of purpose here in Newark. I would say that the thing that has been really the biggest blessing for me being in Newark, beyond the connections I have, beyond having a successful business, is really finding my purpose and finding my path here. And I think that's very important for people to find that in whatever journey and aspect of life you're in. And I've lived in many places. I've lived on both coasts. I've lived in Middle America. But there's something about Newark that has been very special to me and very special to my business, very rewarding to my business. And so, yeah, I really try to do everything I can in my power to make sure that RyArMo photography is pushed forward in a very positive, concentric, and impactful way. So I hope that answers your question, and thank you for asking. And I'm gonna grab another French fry. Once again, anyone who just joined in, the burger is from Bentleys, which is a new restaurant that just opened up here in the Lower Broadway area. And the beer is from a brewery in Montclair called Montclair Brewery. Both are Black-owned restaurants. Black-owned brewery and a Black-owned restaurant. So it's really cool that you have a Black-owned restaurant, a Black brewery, and a Black-owned photography studio, all trying to help each other out and support each other, which we just need much more of. Yes, so how can people donate to La Casa? So if you go through La Casa's Facebook page, you'll get to their website, and there is plenty of ways to donate there. I think that, intentions are always good, and intentions are pure, and people say, like, I want to write a check, I want to do something. I think in this day and age, and especially La Casa, with all the work that they do, they need dollars as soon as possible. They need funds to continue this good work. So go directly to the website, and you can find a place to donate, and do so when you can, as you feel it. And just know that those dollars are impactful. As I said, I speak from a place of, I've been fortunate to not have to use La Casa services, but I live in a neighborhood where many people do. So I'm happy to support the services that La Casa provides. And I've also been a donor myself as well, and continue to be an active donor and an active champion of all of the work that La Casa does. So I'm gonna have a couple more sips of beer and one more bite of the burger. And I think I'm actually then gonna enjoy the rest of this in peace, as I said, because I really don't want to eat in public. I'm here for a couple more minutes, so if you have any other questions, let me know. If anything else you want to know about me, let me know. You can find RyArMo Photography Studio in multiple places. You go to my website, which is RyArMophotographystudio.com. You can find a link to my social media. You can find a link to my bio. If you're on Instagram, my IG is RyMo, RYMO, the photo guy. Where else am I at? Actually, those are pretty much my primary ones. And also, too, if you Google RyArMo Photography or Ryan Arnez Monroe, I come up. So that's really good. Yay to having a good web developer who knows Google Words and Google Ads and all that stuff and whatever that is. But I know it's very important, so. To me, a really good sign of a great burger and great fries is 5-10 minutes in. It's still warm and still has good texture, and it's not soggy. The fries are crisp. The burger is still tasty. It's still flavorful. And the beer, of course, is the beer. Before I go, once again, excuse me for eating on camera. Bentleys is the restaurant where I ordered the burger. Absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. Get two for yourself and then get two more for two other people. The beer, delicious. Perfect, great flavor. Really pairs well with the beer. Hey, maybe Bentleys. You should talk to Montclair Brewery about having this beer featured with this burger. I'm just saying, don't know if you do or don't. The burger with the passion fruit ale, a hit. Also, too, I think it's just important to acknowledge to everyone, today happens to be National Voter Registration Day. As we all know, we have a major election coming up at every level of the government, and it's important to get everyone registered. This is just not the election where we can sit out and be idle. And so make sure you are contacting the right people to find out about resources around voter registration. La Costa happens to be one of them. If you're not, here in this area, there's many others. But please, 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 please make sure you register to vote. Just because the necessity is too great. And I will just leave it at that. I will say cheers to everyone, and I welcome you into my studio, and I thank you for the time for a few minutes. It is not easy right now being a small business, and every small business needs your support and your love and your care and your dollars as much as you can give. Every local organization that supports small businesses, that supports communities, needs your love, your care, your dollars as well. And we need to just continue to try to do all this together and work together. It's not an easy world right now, but love and connections and building partnerships will get us through it. And so cheers, hopefully, to a better time ahead, and hopefully the next Burgers and Brew week will be in person, and I'll get to see some of your wonderful faces out there. And so with that, I'm going to say thank you, and thank you for the opportunity, La Casa, to talk about this great food and always be a support of you. And your organization is always at the top of my mind, and look forward to seeing you soon. So cheers. Thank you very much.